Gadsy here, buckshot prospector. I hope you're well and I hope life is treating you well. I'm out to do another test to compare things, or not compare, but see which obstructions have better gold. So obstructions, we've got like large objects in the middle of the creek, such as rocks, trees, and smaller rocks. That's what we'll do. We'll do smaller rocks. I'm doing this on the fly because I thought I may as well get out and try and do a midweek video. I'm in a heavily worked area, so I'm not expecting to get a large amount of gold or anything, but we'll see. So now let's talk about obstructions. Here we have a large rock. Now let's just say this is in the middle of the creek and water's running past it. When water hits this, the front of it, what it will do is it will create a low pressure zone in front of the rock, a small amount. But as it goes around, the low pressure zone will be created here and probably a little bit further past it as well. So you've got a current running across. But all the ripples running past, it's hitting this and creating a low pressure zone there. That low pressure zone is where the gold is going to drop out because it's easy for the gold to just sink in those areas. So depending on the size of the obstruction or object, the higher likelihood there's going to be a larger low pressure zone. With smaller rocks, you're going to get a myriad of different low pressure zones. So you'll get one here and then you'll get another one hitting the other low pressure zones. So they're smaller, but there's still low pressure zones in amongst those. Now say with a tree, we're going to get a low pressure zone here and a very big one, and behind it as well, because we've got such a wide object here that there's going to be a lot of low pressure around here. Now in high flood, the low pressure zone will not really exist as much because you've got water flowing over the top of it and dumping down into where the low pressure zone will be. Not to say that the low pressure zone would swell behind in a tight formation next to the object. Now I might not be completely correct with some of that, but yeah. Now that I've done the description of what a low pressure zone is behind and in front of an obstruction, we're going to start digging and see how we go. First, I'm going to do this big slab of bedrock that's jutting out of the creek. Now I'm going to have to probably dig down pretty deep, but I'll dig in line on this side and then on that side. Pretty sandy material, nothing special. No nuggets. Let's see what we get. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's looking actually quite good. We've got 25 specks. That's good. I'll put this back in the creek. Now, opposite on that side. Second pan, bigger gravels in it. No nuggets again. Right, what do we got? 2 specks. So in front of it was better for the slab of bedrock. Now for the tree. We find tree, we dig tree. We didn't get as much material and there was a lot of bedrock here, so I sort of dug sort of on that bank. It's still part of the tree there, so it smells like coriander. And have we got any gold? We have 5 specks. Interesting. Mind you, this is on the edge, whilst this was in the middle of the creek. Bit more sandy, bit more material. Are we going to get anything? One speck. It seems as though in front of the obstruction seems to be better than what's behind it. Now for the last one, multiple smaller rocks. I think what we'll do is we'll dig here, and then we'll dig behind it if there's no bedrock there. Now I know this sort of comparison video may or may not be very accurate, but we're getting a generalization of what's in front, what's behind of obstructions on the creek. So yeah. Got some bigger rocks mixed with some greyish sort of clay. This is the third and final obstruction. This will be a good indicator where you should dig with obstructions. It's good. Always dig up the front. We have 11 specks and one nice flake. So unless we get some marvelous bonanza pan behind these smaller rocks, I think the front of an obstruction is probably going to be the winner, but we'll see. Very sandy stuff. Third and final obstruction pan. We have 5 specks. So it seems as though in front of obstructions is the best place to look, because it seems as though the speck count was way higher in front than behind. So yeah, next time you're out digging around, try that. I know this was a short video, but it was something to do, something a bit different. So I'll be going out prospecting in the next couple of days, so I will see you then.